Once, in a tiny village, there lived an elderly woman. She was very old, with silver hair and soft wrinkles on her face. Yet her eyes shone with warmth and kindness. Everyone in the village adored her because she always remained cheerful, even when life was tough. She lived alone in a small home beside the large banyan tree. Her husband had passed many years ago, and she had no children, but she never complained. She would sit beneath the tree, greet villagers, and smile endlessly. In that village, people worked hard. Some were farmers, some carpenters, others sold goods in the local market. Often, crops failed due to lack of rain, and sometimes illness prevented people from working. Life was not easy, and many villagers frequently felt sad or anxious. One day, a young woman named Radha came to her, tears streaming down her face. "I don't know what to do," she said. "My husband went to the city seeking work, but he hasn't sent any money. My children are hungry, and I feel helpless." The old woman looked at Radha gently and said, "Sit, my dear. Tell me, what do you expect will happen?" Radha wiped her eyes and replied, "I don't know. I fear the worst. What if my husband cannot find work? What if he forgets us?" The elderly lady shook her head and said softly, "When we dwell on negative thoughts, we feel heavier. But when we focus on positive thoughts, life often surprises us." "But how can I stay positive when everything seems bleak?" asked Radha. The old woman smiled and said, "Let me share a story." Radha leaned in, curious. Once, there was a poor man who had nothing, no food, no money, no family. He sat crying by the river. An elderly woman approached him and asked, "Why are you crying?" The man replied, "I have nothing. How can I be happy?" The woman smiled and said, "Look around you. You have the river, the trees, the sun. Beauty is everywhere. If you focus only on what you lack, sadness will follow. But if you see what you have, peace will come." Slowly, the man stopped crying and began noticing the goodness around him. His life started to change, not because of magic, but because he changed his thinking. The old lady looked at Radha and explained, "You see, my dear, positivity lifts the heart. It helps us face challenges with strength." Radha pondered and asked, "Can my thoughts really change my life?" She nodded kindly and said, "Yes. Every morning, tell yourself, 'Today will be good. I will find the strength to care for my children and wait for my husband with hope.' Focusing on what might go wrong only weakens you." Radha left the woman's home feeling lighter. She reminded herself daily, "Today will be a good day." She worked hard, cared for her children, and prayed for her husband. Weeks later, a letter arrived. Her husband had secured work in the city and was sending money home. Overjoyed, Radha ran to the old woman to share the news. The woman smiled and nodded. "See, my dear, positive thinking invites good things. Life will always bring challenges, but with hope in your heart, you can overcome them." Soon, more villagers learned of her wisdom. People came to her with troubles, and she always offered the same advice: "Think positively, and good will follow." The villagers cherished her even more, for her words had transformed their lives.